In his first speech since returning home from 3 months of medical leave, Muhammadu Buhari has said anyone who's criticized Nigeria's collective existence has crossed a line. Buhari thanked the nation for the well wishes and prayers while he was in London. He urged Nigerians to remain united and said the government would not tolerate political mischief makers. Critics rallied for his resignation while he was away. His address made no mention of the nature of his illness. And to break all of this down for us, our Africa correspondent, Fidelis Mbad, joins us live on the set. Fidelis, thanks for being with us. Is it surprising that Buhari didn't address, the health concerns and the issues that the country is facing upon his return?
Well, in terms of his health, it's something that is very sensitive, especially for African leaders. You rarely find any African leader who wants to disclose his health condition. There's so many of them. They sneak out sometimes for medical attention overseas. And when they come back, they never talk about it. The best they can say is, I went for some checkup and
a matter
back.
of pride?
Yeah. No, I think it's something that when they feel that if people know the nature of their illness, that they might capitalize on that to either call for their removal or to say they're not fit for office. So for Buhari, the last time, he actually did say that he's never really gone through the kind of he never suffered the kind of illness he's going through. But he wasn't specific as to what is wrong with him. There's been all sorts of speculation. Some have even gone to the extent of saying that he's suffering from a terminal illness, but then he's not come out. People have been calling for him to disclose that, but then his minders have come out to say that he's a private citizen and that he should not, that he's not under any obligation to disclose the kind of illness he's suffering from.
Economically, politically, what kind of a country is Buhari returning home to?
Politically, the atmosphere is so charged because there's been a lot of ethnic tension. Nigeria is divided along ethnic lines and religious lines as well. And there have been calls, especially for those in the south who lost out, to him. Buhari is from the north, and the presidency was in the south. So for those who are in the south, they've never seen anything good in him. And for the North, it's a thing of pride that the presidency has to remain. So there's been, the country has been politically charged. We have the people from the North threatening those from the South to leave the North between now and the 1st of October. If they don't leave, they will force them to leave. And then you have people from the South, especially the Southeast, who are calling for secession. So it's a case of him coming to a country that is already in more like, to use the word, political chaos might not be, exaggerating the situation. And economically, the country is suffering. There's so many people who are jobless. Things are not moving the way it ought to because mostly they were waiting, everything is tied to him, even though he handed over to his vice president. But then the buck still stops at the president's table. Some people wouldn't do certain things unless the president gives an order.
We don't know a lot about his illness, but I guess a lot of people are asking, is Buhari in any kind of physical shape to address the issues that you just mentioned in the country? And I guess more so the bigger question is do Nigerians have faith in Buhari to address these issues? Well,
given his past, a lot of people believe he has the capacity to deal with security issues. But in terms of economy, that has never been his strength. So, which is why he's got an able vice president who's been helping out and who actually helped forth while he was away. But then for him, in terms of security, while he was around, the issue of Boko Haram was almost like, not as much pronounced as it is at the moment because immediately he left. Boko Haram started regrouping. We started having cases of more terrorist attacks, abductions, kidnappings across the country. So in terms of him being able to tackle this now, it's something that remains to be seen. In the next few days, we'll be able to say, but I don't think he's in that physical frame of mind at the moment. It might take him a while because he's still in a recovery process. So it's not something that if he just throws himself in to resolve all these problems, he might have health issues and might need to return to the hospital because there'll be a whole lot of things waiting for his attention. If he starts attending long meetings, working long hours to ensure that he resolves
Absolutely.
these
Could just
issues,
put
he
it-
might not.
Put him right back where he was.
It might not. It might be
Exactly.
really difficult for him to cope.
Fidelis Mba, thanks for being with us.